Hello everyone, it is your boy Winster and I am back at it again with another video. Today's video, a little bit more on the informative side. We're discussing how to prepare when going to your first Yu-Gi-Oh! Local event and what to expect. But before we get into today's video, guys, I've had so many great memories growing up with Yu-Gi-Oh! As a kid, and I enjoy playing the game currently and sharing the content that I make with you guys. So I need you guys to do yourselves a solid and do me a solid if you guys love to support. Only 95% of you guys are subscribed, so please be sure to turn on the notifications and subscribe to this channel. That way you guys can keep up with all the great content that's going to drop on this channel. Also, if you guys want to check out more of my social media, I have a very active Discord, Twitter, TikTok. I'm going to leave all that in the description box below. Make sure you guys check that out. That way you guys can see all my other content as well. But let's go ahead and jump into today's video. I'm pretty excited to talk to you guys about this. The year is 2019. I've been traveling all around the world competing in FGC events like Combo Breaker, Evo, CEO, Frosty Faustings, Naptown Clutch, winning events like the Fall Classic and Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite for 2018. And at that point in time, I was slowly stepping away from Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, which I've been playing the entirety of its lifespan, and then focusing on Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite because I was one of the best players at the time. So you're probably asking yourself, Winsor, what does this have to do with Yu-Gi-Oh? Just like fighting games, Yu-Gi-Oh has been part of me ever since I could remember. And I remember playing the game and not really understanding how it really works. I would play by the rules of the anime because I love the anime growing up. Fast forward to 2019 and I still don't know how the rules work or how a local event works. So that's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about what to do when you're planning to go to your first local event and help you prepare. That way you don't get hit with any kind of bad experiences, because I want everyone to have a good time. When preparing to go to your first Yu-Gi-Oh event, there are some necessities I would highly recommend, but this first one is something that is a must and you need to bring. And that thing, as obvious as it is your Yu-Gi-Oh deck. This is my deck box. It just holds my deck, but this is my deck, and I'll give you guys a little overview. I have my main deck here, and I have a little bit of a divider. This is my side deck, and this is my extra deck. Shout out to my homie Ruben. He gave me some nice sleeves. But if you're planning to play in the tournament, I would highly recommend bringing your cards. That way you could at least compete in the event. We pay a lot of money for these cards, guys. A lot of places where these tournaments are ran are you're at your local comic book shop or local gaming store, where you could pick out a tabletop game, play on any table that you see open. But a lot of this time, those people end up bringing food or bringing kids, and they just dirty the tables. So I don't want you guys to be out exposed to the elements. So the next thing I would highly recommend is bringing some sort of playmat for your cards. That way you're not just exposed out here. This would provide some sort of protection to your cards. And I would also recommend having one that has some sort of like rubber backing. That way the mat doesn't slip around, because that could be a little bit annoying. On top of that, guys, I get it. You know, we're all a little horny on the inside. Don't be the weird guy and have an overly lewd fucking playmat. I've seen some lewd fucking playmats, and you always have to remember, a lot of these stores that we go to, you know, kids play, or, you know, in the tournament themselves, kids enter the tournament to have a good time. So don't be that weirdo with some tiggle bitties and the fucking everything being exposed from your favorite anime girl. We get it, you like anime, I do too, but don't be weird. Imagine pulling up to your first Yu-Gi-Oh local event and you pull up like this. You pull up with, here's my main deck, here's my side deck and extra deck, and you're just carrying them motherfuckers around. And this is double sleeve, so this is pretty thick as it is. You don't want to do this because you could drop it and who knows, maybe set it down and forget it. So I would highly recommend getting some sort of deck box, something that could help you hold all your cards. It separates it, or it comes with a divider like this. I love this deck box. This deck box is so nice, man. It comes with a little dice holder, and it comes with multiple compartments to put my cards in. So this is definitely something that I would highly recommend when you're planning to go to your first Yu-Gi-Oh event. On top of everything that I've already recommended, another thing I would bring to your first Yu-Gi-Oh local event is a trade binder. Back when I was a kid, things were a lot harder when it comes to trading because we couldn't just hop on TCG Player and figure out the market price for a card. You literally had to guess And depending if you were dealing with an asshole or not, they would either overprice or they would give you a fair price on the card. And also on top of that, it gives you access to cards that you may not have, or you could get rid of some cards that you are holding and you don't need anymore. I wish someone told me about this when I first started competing in tournaments, guys. I wish someone told me and explained to me how OTS work. Now, OTS pricing is different in every store, but for the most part, every OTS store that I went to, and for those who don't know what OTS means, it just means official tournament store. For every store that I've been to that has OTS packs and is sponsored by Konami, they give you a free entry pack, and some of those packs have godlike rarities like OTs or have reprints on supers and that are really expensive. So making a Konami account is one of the few ways you could actually partake in these tournaments and actually get the pricing of the OTS packs. So making a Neuron account, that way you could get a Konami ID to partake, is definitely something that I would highly recommend. And not only that, being able to partake in those events, also having a life point calculator built in, also having a die, and also has a coin. This app is amazing, and you could also search up cards on this app. This app is literally gonna be your best friend. Yu-Gi-Oh is an overly complicated card game, and to this day I still don't understand some rulings on cards, but for the most part I understand how Yu-Gi-Oh works overall. I remember when I first started trying to play competitively, I didn't understand how chains work. So it took me a while to actually understand that, and once I understood that, it really helped out my game. But what I'm trying to get to is understanding how rulings work with your deck and the overall Yu-Gi-Oh game. Understanding how your cards interact with meta-relevant cards or meta-relevant decks is vital to your success. And I know at times when it comes to newer players jumping into Yu-Gi-Oh for the first time, it could be a little bit daunting because there's so much card text to read and so much to understand in such a short amount of time. But researching, doing your homework on your cards, and doing your homework on all potential opponents is definitely vital to you succeeding, and something I would highly recommend. The last topic I wanted to talk to you guys about, and by far the most important one, when you're getting ready to go to your first Yu-Gi-Oh local event, the number one thing that you need to be focusing on is having a good time. When I play Yu-Gi-Oh, I get reminded of all the nostalgia, all the member berries, all those great memories of playing the game on the schoolyard with my friends, just having a good time. And I don't want the pressure that Yu-Gi-Oh can have on someone of reading all the text files, how to prepare, how do cards work. Oh my god, this card's expensive. Yu-Gi-Oh could be an overwhelming game, but at the end of it all, it is just that, a game. So have a good time with it. Roll with the punches. You'll learn everything as time progresses and you keep at it. That is it for today's video, guys. I had a great time putting it together. I love these discussion videos. They're so much fun putting together. But if there's anything that I miss, any tips that you would also recommend to me or to anyone else watching this video, leave them in the comments section. I'm going to pin the best ones. But also, any kind of feedback that you guys want to give me, I would love it. Leave it in the comments section below. But I'm gonna go ahead and leave you with all that, guys. Hopefully you guys have a great time when going to your first Yu-Gi-Oh local event. Let me know how it goes in the comment section, or let me know how it went. But until next time, guys, I will check you guys out later. My name is Winster, and you guys have a good rest of your night. Peace out.